Hi Paul, I'm Rob Wilkinson, third generation dairy farmer in County Durham. We farm a block of ground at Rushy Ford, a lot of low-lying carland and a lot of grassland.
What sort of environmental schemes in the past have you been involved in?
We've been involved with most of them at some stage from the early stages. We're in countryside stewardship, followed by entry-level scheme, followed on with a higher level scheme and latterly a mid-tier scheme.
And what do these schemes do? Do they provide funding for certain things?
Yeah, we've used them for, a lot of them were basic in the early stages, usual buffer strips and that sort of thing. Then when we entered into a high level scheme, we actually did some capital works and some scrapes, and really saw good results from that in some of our wetland. And then latterly still we've had some water grant allowing us to lay some new concrete.
And were they all straightforward, and did you get the benefits that you thought you would from them?
No, in truth the grants have, on the whole, they've done what they said on the tin, but it has took an agent quite a bit of sorting out and rejigging certain schemes in certain different time frames. One year we might be out of sync, so we've had to wait to get it into a scheme the next year.
So have those schemes worked out the way you thought they would?
Yes, on the whole they have, and it's definitely very beneficial. The evidence, as soon as you walk around the farm, the evidence is there, an uptake in the birds and the bees, and we're seeing lots of different species that we never used to see, which is great, and I think that must be providing value for money somewhere along the line.
What are the challenges and the barriers to funding for farmers in this game at the moment?
There is still too many different organisations not talking to each other, and these things aren't very transparent. If you were trying to apply for a grant on a parcel, there might be some restrictions that you didn't know about because you've got a grant on another parcel or have previously held a scheme, and we could do with a more simple scheme with better understanding so that we can implement it more thoroughly.
And generally, as a farmer, what are the challenges that you would say are facing farmers generally at the moment?
The subsidy system is obviously going through a big change, and it's a bit worrying for us because we do rely on some of our environmental income, and that's we're just waiting to see what the next scheme and what the next phase holds for us and how financially that's going to affect us. So we'd be interested to see some facts on that.